And there we are. Hey, how's it going? From the Broken Spoke Taphouse on a packed house Thursday night. I tell you what, we're never going to get through this one. And he already got me started early, so we're going to get through that. Welcome to the Mesilla Valley News Sports Podcast from the Broken Spoke Taphouse. Thursday night football tonight. It is on. Your chance to enjoy a great one between the Chiefs and the Chargers. That is going to be coming up. We have our guests lined up here for tonight. We've got Keith Roberts, the head coach of the Mayfield High School Trojan boys basketball team, and Louis Laborie, the head coach of the Centennial Hawks Lady Hawks basketball team. They'll be our guests for today. We'll have another show on Tuesday right before Christmas, and maybe Santa will show up. But first of all, let's bring the man who is Santa Claus around here. That is Max from the Broken Spoke Taphouse. Good to see you, Max, and salute. What do we get? What do we get off the bat? What do we get, Max?
This is the Carbach You Will Shoot Your Eye Out. Season.
Hi, boy. Ooh, we're in for a rough one tonight. Max, it is that time of year. A lot of holidays coming up, a lot of people coming in. You got to bring them over to the Spoke.
Yeah, no, Spoke's doing well. A lot of parties going on. We had a pretty good-sized party last week, and I believe Checha Rodriguez is back on tomorrow night.
There you go.
He got hired to do a show here, so everyone's welcome from the public. So if you have nothing going on, come on over. He'll be at the Amador Patio Bar and Grill playing for like 5 hours. So
there you go.
It's going to be fun, yeah.
I tell you what, all the great food, all the great stuff. Let's go to the holiday hours so people know what days you're open and what's coming up.
Yeah, so we've basically been sticking with our hours right now. So Broken Spoke, 4 p.m. on Tuesday through Saturday. And then Amador is Thursday, 4 on. And then Friday, Saturday, we open at 11. And we're open until 12:30. Now, we're gonna hold that through the season, and then starting in January, we are going to be going back to our full schedule. So we're going to have lunch at Amador. We're going to do full hours all week. We'll be going back to our pre-COVID hours, if you will.
Nice.
So, almost there.
I can't wait. Chef's going to love this, man.
Yeah,
Chef's going to be busy.
Menu coming too. We've been testing it. I think I went through like new item number 15 last night. So
I'm going to put you on the Max cam here then.
Okay.
And you tell me, Max, what secret and what are we looking for to have down the road here? So if you look at that.
Which one? This one here?
Yeah, that one right there.
Let's see. As far as shows, food, everything.
I want the food, a teaser of the food. What's coming to the menu? What have you tried out that's going to be coming?
I don't even know the name of it yet, but we have this burrito coming out that it's like the Titanic. We'll call it the Titanic because it's about that size. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
but all new lunch menu, all new dinner menu, everything. Yeah, it's all new. So it's going to be fun. And then I got Jez here from Fat Crates.
Yes, bring Jez in. There he is now.
And the last kind of big thing we have of the year, of course, is New Year's Eve. We're getting geared up for that. And Jez is the man with the plan. He's helping with a lot of the promotion this year. And we got 2 bands and 11 DJs, 12 DJs, 12 DJs. Yeah. It's gonna be nuts. So we're gonna have a good time. He's gonna go over that in a little bit more detail, but that's what's going on. Is we seem to be having a pretty good holiday season so far. And
any last second holiday parties if somebody wants to try to get one together?
If we can still squeeze some stuff in Thursdays and Saturdays. So if you're still looking to get a group over here, give us a call, 541-7417, and come on in and see us. And, a little earlier is probably better right now just because it's packed up a little bit later at night. But there's always something going on around here. So,
well, like I said, I've always said the best bosses are the ones that take care of your staff. Take care of them here. The Amador's got everything set up for you. They'll have it all put together with all the locations, even Jack's upstairs. We'll make it work.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We'll figure out a way to do it.
All right. We got the biggest party around the New Year's coming up here. What's coming up?
So we have the Glow Show. Jez is going to talk about it, but I'll just let him jump in. But it's basically just our version of a New Year's Eve party this year, and it's off the hook.
Go ahead, Jez.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. Yeah, so on New Year's Eve, we have what we call the Glow Show. So there's going to be, like Max said, 2 live bands, tons of local DJs from all genres. It's a party for everybody, but it is 21 and over. And what's cool, Max is including a toast at midnight for everybody at the venue. So, we're all in unison at midnight. We'll have a toast with a glass of champagne.
All right, I'm going to have a toast right now.
Yeah,
there you go.
that's right.
Salute, buddy.
Salute.
Toasted.
So, this is a show from us local artists for all the people here from Las Cruces. We have a ton of individuals, including as a host for the show. It's going to be our man right here. His name is Draven.
Draven, how you doing, Draven? Doing good.
He's an artist here from Las Cruces who's also the main engineer for our studio that we work at. So Fat Crates.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I went to a show not that long at the Strat
Okay.
called Illumination. I don't know if you guys have heard of that one.
Yeah,
The Illumination show. Yeah. So I'm going to imagine we're going to have that much glow going on.
Oh, way more. Way
Oh,
more.
way
We're
more.
going to have glitter,
All right.
cold pyro. Draven's going to get on stage and dance for us.
He's going to start dancing. And okay.
Yeah, no, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And all thanks to Max. And, we're trying to bring a lively environment for everybody to come out and enjoy sports, music, food. It's going to be great.
Well, Jez, I'm glad you're getting everything together. And my man, what do you want to give a message to if you look in that main camera right there and tell people what's going to be coming up?
Okay, Glow Show. This is going to be the end of the year bash. This is going to be where everybody's going to be at. The line's going to be out the door. I think if you don't know somebody, you better know somebody. Figure out how to get up there quick.
I tell you what, guys, how long does it took together to put this show so that everyone can enjoy? Yeah, go ahead, man.
I feel like a lot of this takes a while to build momentum because I feel like when you start doing some of these shows, it takes a little bit to get people,
On that boat, that guy, I got two cameras
I feel
there.
like it takes a while to get people involved in what we're doing. And, my manager, Jez, here, he's phenomenal at bringing people together and making moments. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what it is every show. And each time we do it bigger and better. And this is just one of those steps where we just do it bigger, better than the last one, and then on to the next,
I tell you what, how much do you guys, when you see everything going on, how much do you want to see Cruces get out? How much do you want to see Cruces be involved and people just getting excited?
This is we're trying to show the Southwest region how Las Cruces has so much talent, creativity. We're looking to expand not only to musicians, but people that can draw, people that can put on plays, shows, movies. We're trying to make this, because Las Cruces is full of talent,
Yeah, I gotcha.
Talent, athletes. So we're trying to find a way to include everybody in the community and, just kind of create an environment where everybody can have a good time.
Nobody's done this.
Yeah.
Nobody has done. You're right. Nobody has done a glow show here before, especially on New Year's. So I'm looking forward to this. And ladies, it's going to be great, but you got to get your tickets now, or else you're going to miss out, right?
Exactly. Yeah, and also we are going to do dinner reservations.
Okay.
So again, calling here to the Broken Spoke, Amador and stuff. Get your reservations in, reserve a table, and it's also a first come first show. First come first serve.
First come first serve. Okay,
that's
yeah,
right,
there you
that's
go.
right.
I was going to say first
So,
come first show. It'll be a show for everybody. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
but it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
I'm looking forward to this. I want you guys to come out to the Glow Show. Find all the details on the Amador Live Facebook fan page. Get everything else as well. Guys, before we take off here, we'll have one more salute here, but want to ask the big question. Who do you got tonight, Chiefs or Chargers?
The Chiefs.
Chiefs over
course,
here.
of
Patrick
course, of
Mahomes.
course.
All right.
Fantasy league. It's got to be Murray.
Mahomes. All right. I'm going to go with the Chargers. That's my girlfriend's team. So,
Okay.
They're playing in LAC, although it might be a
All right,
home
that's
crowd
right.
for the Chiefs. So I don't know. There you go.
Yeah, awesome.
Gentlemen, I appreciate you. You guys
Thank you
enjoy.
very much.
I look forward to seeing you at the Glow Show, New Year's Eve. Set up your reservations.
Come out.
Get you there. Do not miss out. All right,
Awesome.
guys.
Thank you.
One more last salute here,
Of course.
and we're going to keep going. We got Thursday night football tonight. We'll go, and we're going to welcome our first guest. So thank you guys very much. All right.
Thank you.
Special guest DJ Jez. Thank you very much, my man. You have a good one. Peace, love, and there. Here we go. And now we're going to welcome in our guest. If we can bring in our coach over here. So here we go. Let me set this up over here. Come on, coach. We'll be welcoming him here. Keith Roberts is our guest. He's the head coach of the Mayfield High School boys basketball team. Come on in. Have a seat on that one right there, coach. Glad to have you along. How you doing?
Doing well. Am I in frame? We good?
Yeah, you're in frame and good.
Okay,
Just move a little bit more this way, and I think you're all right. And I'll get you right there. All right, coach, we're going to be on two cameras. You got one here, and then you got your camera up there. So we'll get right to it. So let's talk about the boys basketball season. Tough loss last night for your team, and I'm sure one heck of a road trip to travel to go to Carlsbad and come back. Did you get any sleep, any rest at all?
No.
No.
I did not. No.
No rest.
Just a little bit. But I mean,
Don't you know there's a bus where you can sleep, or do the boys keep you up on that bus?
I had to get ready for Cleveland, man. We got Cleveland tomorrow. No, but as long as those guys rested, I'm good. As long as they studied for their finals, I'm good.
So you got a Friday, Saturday game coming up?
Yep, we travel to Cleveland tomorrow, play Cleveland tomorrow night, and then tomorrow afternoon we host Saturday afternoon we host Hobbs.
So let's get right to this very crucial road. Have you ever seen anything like this? I mean, you go play Carlsbad, then tomorrow you're going to go up to Cleveland, and then you're going to try to get back in time for Hobbs?
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that.
Never.
I cannot believe that. No.
No, I would say that's a hard schedule there. What do you do to get a team even closer prepared for this one?
Honestly, what I'm telling my team right now, like I'm up front with these guys. You know, I've learned from multiple college coaches, like the best thing to do is be honest with them. And I said, you know what, we need to go and have the mindset that we are just going, like, we're on par with these schools. We just need to compete with these schools, and if we want to do what we want to do, which is advance in the playoffs, we have to play back-to-back games. So, I mean, we need to prepare now. So,
I mean, but this is like an NBA schedule in a lot of ways, and I mean,
low key,
it is. I guess that's a right trial by fire, and it feels like that's how it was when you got this job, trial by fire. Let's go right to it, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm still getting the lay of the land, how the schools are operated, how the district operates, you know, how athletics over here operates. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, the bottom line's the bottom line, and we just got to start being successful during games too. No matter, you know, if it's trial by fire or if I'm a seasoned 10-year veteran.
All right, well, let's get right to it. Let's get to where it started from here. First of all, your record right now,
we are currently 3-5.
3-5. All right, you got to win against Roswell to kick off the season. Before we get to that, I want to start from how everything got together. When did you find out about the job? When did you want to take this job?
All right. So last season, it was my first year with the program. I was an assistant. I was a varsity assistant. And then the Oregon Mountain job opened up, and the head coach at the time for Mayfield got picked for that Oregon Mountain job. And then the school just discussed, you know, just moving me up. So technically, I'm an interim head coach for this year. And I guess this is like my tryout. And, you know, we'll see what happens at the end of the year.
Did the principal or Rue or who hired you over there to get you started?
Yeah, it was a conversation between the athletic coordinator, Mr. Rue, and the principal, Mr. Frost. So, you know, the brass talked and, you know, offered me the position for this year.
There you go. I'm glad that they offered you this part. What was your thoughts when they were going through this offer? Did you have second thoughts, thinking maybe I should do this? Hey, what do I do? What did you think?
The whole time I was just thinking, I hope I get this.
You wanted it that bad?
Yeah. You know, I switched schools. You know, I had a decent gig at Vista Middle School teaching. You know, I was going to make my own curriculum for journalism, and, you know, everything was set for me. But, you know, I wanted to try to move to Mayfield High School to parlay it, you know, so I could, you know, just in case something like what happened, you know, I could tell the administration, hey, I'm already teaching here. I've already been an assistant. I know these kids. Let's go. So, yeah.
Well, Coach, where's your background so people know a little bit more how to explain where you came from? And, of course, I know a little bit about you because you went through the NMSU journalism department. We had one professor that's always been there that always keeps in mind. Dr. Mack. Always got to love Dr. Mack. But your background, how'd you get started and everything, and where you from?
So I attended university at NMSU, and, you know, like ever since from an early age, I've always been about Aggie basketball. And so I started as a student manager over there back in 2014 season. And then ever since then, just worked my way up in the past 7 years, became graduate assistant, became special assistant to the head coach.
So you've been involved in basketball. Where are you originally from? Are you from Cruces?
I was born and raised here in Cruces, and then grew up in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay.
Yeah, went to school with Bryce Harper and Eric Fetty and them. So
there you go. Some names right there. And, of course, got to love UNLV Running Rebels. They're the team.
You'd think you would got to love them. I'm personally not a fan, but, you know.
Hey, but it's also the mecca for college basketball when you have all the tournaments in March.
Definitely. It's a place to be in March, for sure.
Yeah. And obviously a great pipeline and a great athletic part there. So then you come to school here in New Mexico State. Why made you choose NMSU?
My dad came to school here, and I've been baptized in Aggie basketball, and just always followed the Aggies. And I was always going to become an Aggie. You know, ask any one of my friends, ask any one of my family members, like, always bled crimson from the day I was born.
So you get over here, you get everything going. They put you on an interim basis to start off with. Got to get everything rolling, and obviously the coach that you were with last time now is over at Oregon Mountain. What was the players' mentality? How did they react to that when everything changed, know that you were going to take over as a coach?
They say they were excited. No, everyone was pretty pumped up. Actually, I retained the staff that was here, Coach Curtis and Coach Nick. So they've had tremendous, experience so far within the program. So I retained them. So it was pretty much just picking up where we left off. Last season, we had the first winning season since 2014. So just trying to pick up where we left off, working hard every day.
Let's talk a little bit about your team as we get to know them. You got started, and we'll talk about the schedule in a second. Who are some of the players that we should be looking out for? So when people go out Saturday at 1:30 is when they're going to play at the Trojan Gym. You can see it, and, of course, probably on the NFHS network on Friday if you can watch it for the Cleveland game. Who are some of the players that we're going to be looking for? How many seniors do you have, juniors, breaking this team down?
So we have 7 seniors right now. Seven seniors, so we're pretty senior laden. If you guys look out for our point guard, Jalen Green. He's been with with varsity since he was a freshman, so he has a ton of experience with that. Also, you guys should look out for Davion Smith. He's a junior. He's a game changer. He's flat out just a game changer. He's athletic. He's just a great all around basketball player. And then we have this sophomore named AC Munoz. Everyone's going to hear a lot about him these next 2.5 years with this kid. He can shoot it. He can defend. He's learning. He's learning a lot. So those are the top 3 guys: Jalen Green, Davion Smith, and AC Munoz.
Right. So and you got 2 seniors on this and 1 sophomore to be looking out for. Is that correct?
Oh, one of each. One sophomore, 1 junior, 1 senior. Yep.
All right, so this team is put together. You also have quite a bit of young talent as well to go with those seniors. And how many players are you allowed to have on the varsity again?
Well, we have 14 jerseys, so I'm guessing 14.
14. All right, so it's a bit of a competition, though, still to get into that part. And do you see some of these younger kids really striving, and you think some of them can move into varsity and get some role?
Oh, yeah, I'm pushing these kids every day, even like JV. Like, JV always starts. Like, I push certain guys every single day. I'm on them every single day because I see a lot in these young kids. Like, it's not just going to stop just because we have 7 seniors this year. And if we do what we are talking about doing this year, it's just the standards are just going to be higher and higher. So, I'm pushing these guys every day. I think we're going to see the benefits from these young kids.
Well, I'll tell you what. This is the thing, and here's the thing I've noticed as I graduated Mayfield High School, knowing the culture, knowing the atmosphere, knowing that you're coming on an interim basis. How much pressure do you get knowing that these parents and this school expects winning a tradition?
I'm used to that stuff.
You're used to it?
I come from NMSU basketball. My previous boss was Chris Jans.
Where it's expected, right?
You expect perfection. That's what it is. And, just because we're a level lower in high school, it's the same thing. You expect perfection. This is Mayfield High School. Arguably, I'll say it right now, this is high school with the most tradition in Las Cruces. So, yes, the expectations are extremely high. So I don't see that as pressure. I see that as just the status quo. Excellence is what we strive for every day at Mayfield High School, and it's not going to stop.
I tell you what, one of the things they like to say about basketball, winning takes care of a lot of things. And I'm sure Coach Jans, who's been here on this show before, has said many times, it really makes a difference. How important was it to get that first win off the season? And did you see that confidence come along?
Well, I think it just added credibility with me and my players, because, whether or not, I was here the previous year or not, at the end of the day, it's, we're working hard. We're doing these crazy things in practice for what? So it's important to get that first win just to get credibility with the guys, like to show them, hey, we stick with this, we got to go. With that said, we're in a slump right now, but we're playing top teams. We're playing top 5A teams in the state. So I honestly wouldn't have it any other way, because if we're trying to advance in the playoffs, not just make the playoffs, we're trying to advance in the playoffs, we're going to be facing Cleveland. We're going to be facing Hobbs. We're going to be facing, Cruces down the line, but we're going to also be facing Carlsbad, all these schools. So, this is invaluable experience, but at the same time, we got to start, stealing a few of these too.
Well, I'll tell you what, something I know is that we've had Coach Benjamin on. He always comes in, and he's been a little more modest than usual, but he loves throwing out shout-outs here, so he might throw you a shout-out or say something as well, or can't wait to meet. But that there's a Cruces-Mayfield rivalry, and it's no doubt, there's no secret here right now. They feel that they're the best team in the state. They feel that
Oh,
way.
they are.
And so you'll get a chance to meet them twice.
Mhm.
You're gonna and knowing what you know from what you saw from Chris Jans, a guy who almost beat Auburn, and so all these schools where they went. Do you feel like he better not underestimate what you got ahead?
Well, I mean, I personally know Coach Benjamin, and he doesn't overlook anyone. Deep down inside, he knows he's got to get his teams ready for everything. But I do want to push them. I want to create, I want to create a basketball rivalry like it is a fraction of what it is for football. Like, we need to be competitive against our rival. That's what gets, that's what excites the student body. That's what excites these players, and that's what excites, the alumni.
Yeah.
So no, I want to make these games competitive. I want them to be aggressive. He's an early '90s college basketball player, and I want to bring that physicality to Cruces High again. They deserve to be pushed to their limit in this district again.
Well, knowing what you know about this town, it's a Cruces Mayfield rivalry. To have that there, how much are you trying to get the student body involved, the students to be involved to support this team?
It takes every day to do that. I'm trying my hardest to do it, but I know Rome wasn't built in a day. And, given COVID, given, the last, let's just say 2 years, these kids really haven't had a lot of interaction with the school, going to games, going to assemblies. So, it's just gaining that credibility with the Mayfield community too, especially the students of just, hey, we're having this event. Hey, we're selling these. We're going to have a pink game. We're going to have a pink week. So as much as our basketball players can be seen around campus interacting, let's say seniors with freshmen, or just, giving high fives to anyone in the hallway, just stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, it's the school community, and these kids were chosen and chose to be a part of this basketball program. With that, we're being exposed. We're representing Mayfield High School, and we're representing these students. So it's just crucial to have that relationship with them. So I'm trying to build that every single day.
Speaking of relationships, you got a coach that has an office not that far away from yours that has won some state championships in football. How's the dynamic going? Has he helped you out? How's it talking with Coach Bradley over there to get things and knowing that, hey, building I've always said one of the hardest things is like, it almost seems like Mayfield has to wait for basketball to get going. We need to wait for football to get there. So it's always one of these balancing things that have to be done. How's that relationship with them and going with them? And has he give you any advice? Has he talked to you about some things?
Oh, him and I have talked a few times. Actually, we ran into each other in the parking lot this afternoon, right before I walked into the gym for practice. And he's all, hey, just whenever you can, give me a schedule. I want to post it in the weight room. I want to come to a few of your games. I want a few of our guys to come to your games and support you guys. So, I understand how it is at Mayfield. We're going to share athletes, and, I'm all for that. I'm all for that because here, like at Mayfield, these kids have a chip on their shoulder. They just want to work. So if it's, if half of my team's football players, half my team are football players. I'm not going to limit anyone. If they want to play football, they can. But it's invaluable to have not only Coach Bradley, but Coach Maya as well. They're proven winners. They're proven winners at this school. Like, they essentially are Mayfield's current athletic tradition. So I want to bounce off any ideas I can, with Coach Bradley, with Coach Maya. And they've been extremely supportive so far.
You think your players have a chip on their shoulder? Because a lot of people have said, well, where's Mayfield now? Well, it hasn't done anything. It's because of how things have changed. Obviously, district lines have changed. That makes a difference in who you have at your school and stuff. But do you think that they take it a little more personal, and are you trying to harness that into what they do on the floor?
Yeah, you're always trying to harness any sort of motivation and effort so they can just give that maximum effort. But, I like to be honest, and that's one of the factors for Mayfield. That's one of the factors why I gravitate towards Mayfield itself so much, is because, with the enrollment changes and they haven't changed anything back yet, kids in a legitimate Mayfield district are going to certain other schools. I think that should be, said and talked about around the Mayfield community of, hey, this is us. This is our group. We might not have as many students as all the other Las Cruces schools, but this is us. This is our community, and let's just represent and work hard for us, and just given the just the socioeconomic factors, the Doniana and Elks area and all that. It's just a combination of higher economic class and lower economic class. So just seeing that mesh and just seeing how hard everyone works, that's what I love. This area. Like I said, I was at Vista Middle School last year. I just love this part of town.
I'll tell you what.
And I think these kids in this part of town have a lot to showcase the rest of the city.
What's the ultimate goal as you head into district play? You got a couple more games to get there. You're playing some very tough teams, obviously Hobbs and Cleveland. You got to look at it. I know you're one. If anything, I know you want more scoring done. That wasn't done last night against Carlsbad. But what are you looking for as you get up to district, and what is your goals for district?
We're trying to shock the city. At the end of the day, like the district goals are, like Cruces is the best team in the state, but we're not going to shy away from Cruces at all. Like we're going to give them our best shot twice in the regular season, and then third probably in the district finals. The district finals. But we're just trying to shock the city. Like we're trying to sweep Centennial. We're trying to sweep Oregon Mountain. Like we're trying to sweep the city, but we're also I'm giving high standards. Like let's sweep Alamogordo. Let's sweep Gadsden. Let's sweep Deming too. Like let's try to be a premier program in this city first, then the region, then the state. So,
would you like to see this region, once it was a pretty scary region for a while, but it's not felt that way except for Cruces? Do you think there's a chance 2 or 3 years down the road we're going to see a big change in what people will see in the South here?
I hope so. I mean, we're going to bust our butt every single day. Cruces isn't going away. And Oregon Mountain and Centennial, Las Cruces has a lot of basketball talent. It's just about honing in and these kids just playing, from elementary to middle to high school. And I was talking to one of my players. He grew up in Alamogordo and moved here last year or 2 years ago, Davion Smith. And, we were talking today and, I told him hey, as much as you can play, in the summer, go to Mershite, go to the AC. At NMSU, get beat by all these college kids. Go interact with all these guys. We're rivals. We're trying to be the best in the city, but at the end of the day, as much as these kids coming up and these kids in high school can play basketball with each other and compete with each other and support each other, just the basketball profile is just going to grow. Like if Davion shows his skills with a few freshmen at Centennial, I'm all about that because those freshmen at Centennial are going to get better. They're going to push us, and then 2-3 years from now, we have Centennial, we have Cruces, we have Mayfield, we have Oregon Mountain just fighting for, just great basketball. Hopefully being 16 wins, 17 wins, at least for the lowest school in the city. So I don't know. Those are big picture things, but that's what I strive to help create.
I got one more question for you. As a head coach, I know this is your first year. Any technical fouls yet given to you?
No, not yet.
Have you pushed any officials yet? Or
I joked with my guys, especially in Carlsbad, we had a few, calls, I get it. I learned this from Jans. Refs are human too. They're gonna make mistakes. They're gonna, say things. So let's be likable with the refs so they can kind of give us the calls down the stretch. But no, at the end, but
good advice.
They were pushing us a little bit, and I had to say something to the refs. So I won't get it technical because that hurts our team, but I'll be more vocal, especially in district.
Last question, since you're a big Aggie fan, how about that win against Washington State?
That win, man. We did not give up. We played our defense, and at the end of the day, we did what needed to be done. We got that roadkill. Shout out to Jabari Rice.
Right. Sir Jabari Rice.
Yeah,
Sir Jabari Rice.
Yeah,
no, 22 points, 18 points down. And think about it. Look at the math this way: $85,000 they paid us. Yeah. We were down 18 points in the second half, and in the end, Jans gets a nice little bonus after that win.
There we go. And all the Aggie supporters out there, donate to the Chris Jans Retention Fund, please, because we got to keep that guy. He's the real deal.
All righty. If real quick, you want to say anything to your team and any holiday messages, and of course the game this Saturday, 1:30 p.m. Taking Hobbs as the varsity team will be in action.
Just everyone have a safe holidays. Any Mayfield guys watching right now, get some sleep. But at the end of the day, just come support Mayfield basketball. Come support Cruces basketball. come support Centennial and Oregon Mountain basketball. Like, it's going to be a fun January and February and March.
All right. Keith Roberts will bring you back on again sometime, and looking forward to talking to you. And let you go eat, and we're going to go ahead and bring, if you just tap that guy on the shoulder there, that big guy, he'll be the next guest here. And we're glad that you're joining us here on the Mesilla Valley News Sports Podcast. 0-0 is the score. 13:27 left to go in the first quarter, and we're going to be welcoming our next guest. It's the Chiefs in their road white 1969 uniform, I'm guessing, versus the 1969 powder blue Chargers. And we're going to welcome our next guest to come on in here. This is going to be head coach Louis Labarine from the Centennial Hawks program. Now, first of all, this is a very bad setup for us right now because I have the Chiefs-Chargers game, and as somebody who likes football so much, he's going to be upset going, they should have blocked. That guy didn't move down. Look at what – okay, you're in basketball season, not football season, all right?
I'm trying to figure that out.
All right. Yeah, no, I'm sure you are. Who do you got in this one, by the way, Chiefs or the Chargers?
You know what? A little bit of a Charger fan.
Move that mic a little closer to you.
Yeah, a little bit of a Charger fan, so I think
so is my girlfriend.
Yeah, I like the quarterback. I think he's going to be a good quarterback in the future. He's doing a good job, so like to see them pull it out here. But I'm an underdog type guy, so you always pull for the underdog type.
Yeah, well, your team might make the playoffs. They're doing pretty well, the 49ers. We'll talk about that. I'm going to have to go right to football because I didn't get a chance to talk to you. We were trying to bring you on, but Coach Ocampo came in and spoke up. We had Coach Ocampo and Coach Lopez here right before that big game, and I tell you what, both of them was like, are you going to kick the ball? Are you going to try an onside kick? A lot of things came in. I remember going to the sidelines at the end of that game. It was crushing for your team. What did you tell the defensive players, those seniors especially, at that last part when they knew their season was coming to an end there?
Well, just when that type of thing happens, as far as it's a tough game, it's a rivalry game, and you got to be your best, and we weren't our best that day, and and Cruces is a really good football team. You have to bring it. So as far as defense was concerned, we just kind of told our kids that we have one, we're proud of the way they played, but two, always kind of understand that you have to be at your A game. You have to bring it. You have to be disciplined. You have to have that effort, and you just have to make sure that you're doing all the little things that going to make you be a winner down the road. And we feel that we were successful, and we did a pretty decent job throughout the year. And but it's that one game that kind of gets you there towards the end. So. Our guys played hard, and we got to do a better job as coaches, putting them in a better spot to be successful and getting them prepared to play. So it's just not always on the kid. It's us coaches got to do a better job of getting ready for those type of games. So.
A lot of people ask me about you because I say, look, this is a guy, and Coach Ocampo says, hey, look, if you know Coach Labarine, he's the first to watch film at practice, and he's the last to leave at practice. He says that's the guy. And then everyone asks me, how can this defensive coordinator guy, who's had probably one of the best defenses in the city here, go and try to even get a girls basketball program going around the same time? You would almost think November. He never see. Well, I already know his wife never sees him. So, but I mean, that's why. Oh no, she's paying close attention. Yeah, don't worry. I know she is, and we love her, and and the girls love her too. But they always wonder that, and I always said, I know what the secret to the success is. I know how he's doing it. Do you want to explain it, or do you want me to say what I know it is?
I like to hear what you think.
It's real simple. He's got quite a bit of assistant coaches that know how to get everything rolling.
Right.
You have a Vince Cadillo who never leaves.
Right.
Every time he tells me, this is my last year. Yeah, sure. I look at him going, you're not fooling me.
Right.
You've also got BJ Maestas, Brian Haynes, and Alyssa Montana. Your assistant coaches are what makes your girls program ready to go, so they can know what to do because they know your system, and you've got a core system that has lasted so long that's been a key tribute to your success. Am I right on what the answer is?
I 100% agree with you. I think one, it's a little bit of a juggling act, but I love it. I love doing both sports. I think it's it gives you a time to kind of if you're just 100% football all the time and nothing else, and it just you kind of become consumed, in my opinion, with it, and so it gives me a little bit of a break to go to basketball, and I love basketball. I've been around basketball my entire life. So it's just something that I've always done in my entire life. I played football, and then I would go and play basketball. So it was just something that's always been a part of me and who I am. And then as far as the girls program is concerned, you're 100% right. I'm really blessed. My administration does a good job to allow me to have the coaches that I have, and we have two coaches that are full time on campus right now. So that's always a plus. And, Vince and Coach Hayes do a great job of, doing some of the things that, I'm probably not there to do. Is, they're in the classroom with the kids. They're, monitoring all that for me all the time. And so they give me the ability to, coach football and do all the extra stuff that I'm doing. So those guys are, they're huge. And, Coach BJ, my Estes, he comes when he's an off-campus coach, right? And he gives up a lot of time. He works at New Mexico State, and so Coach Montoya, Alyssa, same thing. She's kind of an off-campus coach, but she's a Centennial teacher. So we have all these coaches that are just kind of back and forth, and they do a good job to make sure that these girls have a strong support system around them, and so I'm really grateful to have them part of the program. So it kind of makes my job a little bit easier, and it makes it fun, and I enjoy the hell out of it. It's really a good time you get to see two different sides. You see the football side where everybody's 100 miles an hour and wanting to hit people, all that kind of thing, and then you move over to basketball, and basketball is a little bit more control. Basketball is a little bit more, precise. And coaching boys and girls, people think it's this big difference. It's really not that different. They're still kids, and they still do things wrong. And you have to be able to manage both sides and be able to figure it out. And, so the challenge is always, I love the challenge of being able to coach both sides and what that brings. So, my wife probably has a different story to that. Because she gets me after all of that stuff. Right. So it's but we think, that my family does a great job to allow me to do the things that I do as well. My family don't, like I said, like right now, we didn't have a Thanksgiving. We won't have a Christmas. We'll be here. We'll be here at practice. We'll be here, with all of the basketball girls and making sure that they're ready for the hoopla that's coming up. And, so, there's a lot of sacrifices that come with it, but the payoff is really, big. It's huge.
Another big payoff, you get to coach your daughters. You had one daughter play last year. She was a senior, went to the state tournament. That's where you went. Now, your other daughter's still playing. She's a senior now, am I correct?
Yeah, Larissa's
a senior. That's right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she's still not 100%, got injured during the off season.
Yeah.
How hard a blow was that, knowing that, hey, there's my star player. And it's like, not there right now.
Well, I think the biggest, hit comes as a dad, right? I mean, seeing your kid get hurt and having to go through some struggles or whatever. I mean, that's probably the biggest blow is watching your daughter kind of, go through the struggles of life or whatever. So I was probably more just, more hurt as a dad than anything else. As a coach, you're always, you tell kids the next man up type mentality and all that kind of thing. And, I think we've done a good job of handling that. But, definitely as a dad, man, it's hard. It's hard to see your kid go through that. And you just want to, you want what's best for your kids all the time. So, that part's been tough. But, we're moving forward, and, hopefully she'll be back here in a month or so. And we'll see how that works out for her.
Well, just like our guest that came in, Coach Roberts, it feels like we haven't even seen you at home. You've been on the road so much. Let's talk right about that. Let's talk how the season started, what your record is right now, and how things have been going.
I think we're 6-3 right now. We have some losses to La Cueva and Franklin, El Paso, and Eastwood, El Paso. So, we're doing all right, But
remember, those don't count in a seeding tournament.
No, they don't. They don't. So, but no, it's been.
But you would love that competition. That's what you need with this girls.
Well, those type of games are going to build your team, right? It's not so much the wins; it's the losses that you learn from, and you got to gauge yourself. Those are really good teams, like La Cueva. La Cueva's a really tough team, and we've learned a lot from that loss, and we're going to have to move forward from that. But as far as our schedule is concerned, it's we've had a heavy road schedule, and that's a plus for your team, just because you're not going to play the state tournament at your house. You're going to have to travel, and you're going to have to play on the road. So those things to build strong teams, and hopefully that's what's happening for us. But we're excited for the district tournament or the district season, and see what get a couple more home games at home.
I bet that's something you're looking forward to. We're going to talk about the big hoopla part here in a second. Let's talk about the win Monday night. Got a nice win at home. It was great to be there, but it seemed like when I saw you, Coach, it looked like you were just had it. He was like, oh my goodness. I guess the road, the traveling, football, everything finally caught up to you at some point. Yeah, because I could tell one reason, because one of the officials came up to me and says, He's not getting on me much today. So I knew something was going on. Even Coach Hayes was like, yeah, he's not, he's tired. I'm like, yeah, for the first time I've seen him, and he's not yelling at an official as much as I see. So I knew something was there, and your wife's going to agree with me. I think it finally caught up to you. You get that November slump. Am I right on that, or am I wrong?
It's a New Year's resolution, Ernesto. I told myself this year that I was going to be a little bit more patient with those guys, right?
You're the guy who says "sir" more than any other coach down those lines. Sir, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Sir, can you explain to me that, sir? I just saw that. I know what that is.
Well, I figure if I'm respectful enough that they would honor that, right?
And they still have teed you up a couple times.
Yeah. No, shoot, man. That's always fun, right? But I've told myself that I'm gonna do better when it comes to that and handling those guys, and they do a good job. And shoot, man, nobody wants that job. I mean, they those guys do it out of the kindness of their hearts, and we're short refs. We're short refs, and so that shoot, who knows? Maybe it's coaches like me that have chased some of those guys away, but. Us as coaches got to do a better job.
No. I've seen Maya and Benjamin and others. Okay, you're not in that category.
And so I think that's part of it too. Back in my mind, Coach BJ's a ref. Coach Maes is a ref. So I know he has to go through and I guess maybe it's being a little bit tired, but I think the majority of it is probably kind of finally taking a step back and understanding these dudes have a hard job, and we gotta try to do better. And here's the thing, man. I go up north, and I got a lot of compliments up north, man. My behavior's good up north. For some reason, it's down here, Ernesto.
Your wife shook her head right away and said, "We are going to have a nice time. I don't want to get you in any more trouble. I've already put you at that point, right?"
Well,
let's pay attention to football. It's 7-0.
Yeah, right. No, that's all fun, man. That's funny because I've been coaching a long time, and my grandmother passed away probably about 2 years ago.
Sorry to hear about that.
Well, but my wife's kind of like my grandmother in the sense that my grandmother would tell me all the time that you not to be getting mad at the refs. Like that's not your job. Your job's to coach. And she would tell me that all the time. She's a sports fanatic too.
Fourth row behind the bleachers.
Yeah,
you will find her, and I have seen many of her faces that come out. But like I said, she noticed something was off on Monday too. And let's talk about Monday's game. Brutal. It was hard. It was hard fought. I thought we were watching a football game. A couple of those hits there, very brutal. And like I said, I could tell there was a difference there, but it's like you said, it's a young team. They're still learning. What did you learn from that win, though?
I've learned that, especially from that game, because you're 100% on spot here. Carlsbad 1 is a physical team, so we got to do a good job of trying to meet that. We're smaller than everybody, and we gotta learn how to be gritty, and gritty teams win ball games, and I felt that about our team. Obviously, Carlsbad had the size advantage over us, and it could have been very easy for our girls just to kind of throw the towel in. But I love the fact that my girls are just gritty. They're a gritty basketball team. Like, they're not going to quit. They're going to keep coming. And we're young, and we might not be the best team right now, but we're pushing for that. So I love the fact that we're gritty. I love the fact that we're not going to give up. I love the fact that we're going to work hard and do the things that, that we feel are going to help us win. And so, I think that's where we're at.
Next to your daughter, who I'm looking forward to, how far is the timetable for Larissa to get onto the court?
You know what? They're telling us about a month from yesterday. Is kind of what we've been told. So the coach in me says, "Oh, heck yeah, we're get excited about that." But the dad in me, still kind of hesitant, still kind of worried. You want to make sure your kid is healthy and good before you put her, in any kind of situation. But so it's two different sides, right? The coach is excited because you got one of your better players coming back, and right before the
dad
district
in you
season,
wants to make sure.
The dad in me wants to make sure she's good. So that's kind of the balancing act that we're going through right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got some players that are stepping up in the time being. You got Aspen Salazar, you got Brooklyn Maes, Jocelyn Montes, who had a big game, and it seems like live and die by 3 right now, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, we're not shooting the ball necessarily. Actually, that was the first game we've actually started to hit some shots. So you got a show there for a little bit because we hadn't hit a shot like we were. I think we were. We might have been 0 for the last week or so with outside shooting. But yeah, we got a lot of girls that are stepping up. I mean, Jocelyn Montes hit some big shots the other night. I think she hit the first one, and then she had another one in the second quarter, and I think she had 3 on the night. And then Brooklyn Maez, she had a big one in the corner there towards the end of the game. And, and Aspen's been real consistent for us. She's kind of, up and down the court and, layups and outside shots and defense. And so, we got a lot of girls that are stepping up. And like I said, we got some young girls that are there that, the future is bright and it's going to be exciting for them, here in the next couple of years. But, as far as right now, the learning curve, we gotta step up a little bit quicker, and we got to be, ready to go now, because I still think we got a good team right now. So, it's going to be exciting to watch these girls respond and how they're gonna come out ready for the, going into the hoopla, going into the district season, and how they're gonna attack that. So,
well, I got one more question for you. Let's discuss the Hoopla Tournament coming up. You guys get to host it, you and Coach Martinez from the boys team. How excited are you for that?
Oh, it's exciting, right? Anytime you get to play at home, especially when you have a heavy road schedule, anytime we play at home is exciting. So, we're going to have 16 teams at Centennial for 3 days. And so there's going to be a lot of basketball being played over the next, the 27th, 28th, 29th. So, we're excited just to have everybody there at our house and showcase our facility and, everything that we got going on at Centennial and just to watch good basketball. And so we're excited to get some home games. We're excited to compete, and it's going to be a good time. And then we got you out there that's going to be doing the games for us, and
it's better to watch the games. All right, nobody cares for the announcer. How much are tickets for the game so people know, and how much it's going to cost?
I think it's the same. I think it's 5 for adults, 3 for students. I could be wrong. To be honest with you, I don't even know if that's the price. I could be wrong, but I think it's 5 and 3. But I like I said, don't hold me to it. It might be a little bit more. I'm not sure.
Well, I tell you what, get your tickets. Do not miss out. It is going to be one heck of a tournament. The Hoopla Tournament coming to the Centennial High School gym, and you don't want to miss out on that. It is going to be fun, and we want to thank our guests that stopped by earlier. And I cannot wait. This is going to be a lot of fun.
It is, man. Hey, Ernesto, I just want to say I appreciate you doing this for the community and for high school sports. I just think this is good for high school sports and our our athletic department. So I appreciate you doing this with all the coaches.
No problem. We brought Coach Epspin in. Anytime we get our football coaches,
this is cool. I think we need more stuff like this in the community, and so I appreciate what you're doing and all that. And thank you for having all of us out here and showing just showing our community all the good things that are happening with our kids and our programs, because we got a lot of good, solid programs in the city, and so I appreciate you doing that.
Well, I appreciate you. It's your last message. You get the final say. What are you going to say to the team and the Centennial family? Even Coach Ocampo, if you want to say something to him, what do you want to say to them? And I'll put you on the spot there.
I got a lot more to say to Coach Ocampo, but I'll keep that for a different deal. But I just want to say thank you to all the people out there that have been supporting us in football and in basketball. We really appreciate it. Centennial is a special place for me and my family, and we've met a lot of good people in this community because of the opportunity that we've had to be here. So we just want to say thank you to all those people. Happy holidays to everybody, and we hope you guys are having a great time, and everybody stay safe out there. We appreciate it, and hopefully we see you guys at the Nest. Come out and watch the game. Thank you, guys.
When's your next game?
We actually are traveling to Hobbs on Saturday. So if you want to drive to Hobbs, we're more than happy to have you guys out there. But our next home game will be the Hoopla
Tournament.
Yeah.
3 solid days of basketball, 8 teams, boys and girls battling with each other. You do not want to miss out. We want to thank Max for letting us come aboard and getting everything going. I'm going to stick around and enjoy the game a little bit. 7-0. Are you surprised at the score already?
It is. It's kind of surprising they haven't put up more. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
You mean they're not going to play any offense there, any defense part?
Well,
Hubert, man, he's a great quarterback.
Yeah, and the Chiefs have been struggling a little bit, surprisingly, and they can't put points on the board for some reason. But
let me ask you a defensive question, football-wise. Micah Parsons, is he the next coming of Lawrence Taylor?
He's tough, man.
Is that a defensive dream right there?
I wish we had a lot of those guys around here, right, running around like that. But he's gonna be a heck of a player, man. He can move. He's just so fast. It's just amazing how big they're getting so much bigger, and they're just so much faster, and it's just amazing. So that's exciting for him. But yeah, I mean, and the Chargers I think are they're an up and coming team. I mean, they might be a year or so out, but they might do something this year. But they're up and coming. It's going to be exciting. That AFC is going to finally start to kind of make a turn, I think. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see. Well, let's see what happens with our Cowboys and Niners. We'll have a little fun on that. Hoopla Basketball Tournament, 27th, 28th, 29th. We'll see you out at the Nest for all the action. For the Mesilla Valley News Sports Podcast, I'm Ernesto Garcia. Have a great evening.